Everyone, and happy Valentine's week. I have some Valentine's sewing projects in store today. I want to attempt making one of those heart-shaped ruffle pillows. I think they're so cute, and I've never made anything with Ruffle, so that will be quite the experience doing that. I did order a sewing foot that's supposed to help make ruffles, so we'll try that. I really want to make a cup koozie for these coffee jars. I've been trying to make shaken espressos at home, so this is kind of a unique shape for a jar, so I'm gonna try making a koozie for this. And also, I got one of those Shark air wrap tools a few years ago, and surprisingly, especially consider with how expensive those are, it did not come with any type of bag to store it in. So I'm gonna try and make something today because right now it's just kind of being thrown in my drawer and I need to protect it before it's too late. So I'm going to attempt that today as well. I feel like it's going to be just very similar to like my little boxy zipper pouches I've been making, but just make it bigger and longer. But before we get into that, I found my new go-to sewing and fabric store. This place was a dream. They had so many fabrics to pick from. I could spend hours in there. They even had like all of the fabrics I've ordered from Etsy, so a ton of Riley Blake designs and just all kinds. I mean, they had my whole entire fall collection. That's gonna be my new go-to spot. I could probably spend all day in there. My husband was waiting in the car and he was texting me like, hello? Because I had already been in there for 2 hours and I could have spent way longer in there just looking at all of the fabrics, and they even have sewing and serger machines. So once I decide to get a serger, because I kind of want one, I just have to justify and actually have like the projects in mind to invest in one of those. But I want to show you all the fabrics I got from there. I got mostly inner linings, but I did get some really cute outer fabrics I'm so excited to make. First off, they did have the entire collection of the like plants and cats that I got from Etsy a couple weeks ago, so I went ahead and got some more of the plant design. I also got this inner lining to use with the plant design because I had already got this one and I want to use this inner lining with this fabric. And I really like to have different inner fabrics for each design, so not everything has the same inner lining. And then another fabric I got is this one, which I don't actually have a plan to use this one. Not that I need any more fabrics, but I might get another outer fabric to go with this. I just think it's really pretty. I could make it into wristlets, but I think I want to try and find some really pretty outer fabric to use this one for. Next, this one is adorable and it's going to be perfect for wristlets. It has a bunch of little ladybugs and like little flower bud plants. I just think it's absolutely adorable and will be perfect for wristlets for my spring launch. I really wanted to find a few other fabrics to use for wristlets because I'd only planned I think one, and I like to launch at least 3, but I'm kind of leaning towards 4 different wristlet designs for the spring collection. But I love this one. I think it's so cute and it's perfect because the ladybugs go straight up and down. So it'll be perfect for wristlets. Next, I love this one, and I've mentioned plenty of times, you probably already know, but I'm a huge cat lover. So I saw this and I just had to have it. And then next is this book fabric, and I'll use this one as the inner lining. These are also part of the same collection, so they match perfectly. And I just thought this would be perfect for book sleeves because it has books and like little letters and glasses. Now for my favorite combo. I just love this so much. I really love animals, especially woodland animals. I just think they are so cute. And the inner fabric I got, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. I love this so much, and they had so many different woodland and like animal designs that I could have, oh my gosh, I could spend so much money in that store. It is dangerous for my wallet, but I absolutely love this design. I think it's gonna be perfect for book sleeves. And then obviously the inner fabric is so cute. It's got little mushrooms and plants and flowers, and I'm obsessed. I always worry that when I find a fabric I really love, that when I go back to get it again, it'll be gone. So I want to just savor it until the spring collection, which I think we're going to film that next week and go ahead and start making everything for it. I want to actually have everything prepped. I am usually a very last minute person, and I want to be a little bit better and at least have some stuff made a couple weeks before the launch. Definitely let you guys know in the next video the official launch date for the spring collection, but I'm so excited. Another inner fabric I got is this one, and yeah, I really love Riley Blake. I always gravitate towards her designs. They're so cute and I just love them. But enough of that, let's go ahead and pick out some fabric to make this heart-shaped ruffle pillow with. I could just do like a polka dot heart and then do a white ruffle. That could be really cute. Okay, yep, I'm gonna do this. I am going to do this red and white polka dot fabric and then do a white ruffle. And I think that would be really nice for Valentine's and adorable. I will also need to find a tutorial for this pillow. I did watch a couple of them, but I just want to make sure I get it right. I know, of course, I have to cut the heart shape out of the outer fabric, and I'm pretty sure that you want the bottom of the heart to be a little more rounded and not like come to a point, just to make it easier to sew. How long I make the strap for the ruffle part is really the question. So I think I'll pull up a couple different tutorials and kind of see what they do on theirs. This fabric is by Brother Sister Design Studio. I think I ordered this from Michael's online. This is another fabric that I got at the very beginning of my sewing journey. So it was either from Michael's or Hobby Lobby for sure. Should probably cut a paper heart out first and use that as my template just to make sure. Okay, I found this tutorial. I think the pillow looks adorable. I really love the ruffles. The sizing looks nice. So this one is by Sewing is Fun DIY heart-shaped ruffle pillow. So I'm gonna try this one, see how it goes. She actually matches the main fabric with the ruffle, but I'm thinking that the polka dot one with a white ruffle is gonna be pretty cute. I don't know. We'll see how it looks before I actually sew the ruffle on and if I just want to do the same fabric. But yeah, this is the tutorial we're going to follow. And what's going to happen is I'm going to have to do the white ruffle because I'm not going to have enough fabric in this one to even do a ruffle from this. So, you know, I think it'll be cute. So we're just going to go for it. Okay, I'm kind of thinking a 17 by 17 square. And yesterday I actually treated myself to getting my nails done. I have not had my nails done in years. I mean, it's probably been, I don't know, at least 2 or 3 years since I've had my nails done. If you've seen my Instagram, you might be thinking, don't you always have your nails done? No, those are sticky press-ons and I pop them off as soon as I'm done filming my Instagram reels. It's just a week of treating myself, getting my nails done, going fabric shopping, making cute sewing projects. And I mean, what is better than that? Okay, so she does like a diamond pattern. So I think that will look really nice, especially with the polka dots because they are kind of already in a diamond shape or going like up and down. I did order some iron-on fusible fleece. I've been using interfacing for like my wristlets and other projects that I've used something similar. So we have our iron-on side. I think that will actually work really nicely. This is so soft. Any smaller on this square and this piece would have been too wide. It is almost perfect. So I'm glad I decided to do 17 by 17. I'm excited to try this stuff because I feel like I've seen people mention fusible fleece a ton. Before I do the other one, I'm gonna go ahead and quilt this and just see how it quilts on here. But I'm thinking that's gonna be really nice. And like I said, I love how soft this side is. I'm gonna go ahead and take this to my sewing machine and start quilting my diamond stitch pattern. Remembered, we will be experimenting with the tension when I do my ruffles. I'll get to actually test out different tension, and I think I might even change my stitch length. I don't know, that could be kind of exciting. But I would love to eventually upgrade to one of the bigger machines, maybe one of the, I think it's the Juki machine that also has the auto thread cutter. That just sounds so nice. My heart pattern turned into a bit of a Frankenstein. I could not get the shape to how I wanted it, so I kept just adding pieces because I didn't want to waste more paper. So I got my first heart shape cut out. I hope it's gonna work out okay. All right, so let me cut out this next heart shape. I'm also filming an Instagram reel for this. I got my 2 heart pieces quilted and cut out, so I'm ready to tackle the ruffle. I need to pull up a tutorial on how to use the ruffle foot and see if that makes things way easier, because I hear it basically does everything for you. So let's test it out. Okay, I have the gathering foot on. Super easy, there's a little screw right here that you can change out the foot. So let's test this out and see what happens. So that worked out pretty nicely. It might not be quite as ruffled as I was wanting, and I think I have a lot extra. So in certain spots, I'm bunching it up a little bit more just so I can kind of use up some of this fabric and make it a little more ruffly. Having high hopes. As long as the shape turns out okay, I'm thinking it's gonna be really cute. At least I hope so. But I'm gonna go ahead and layer on this top heart, and then I'll sew all along the heart, leaving a small opening to be able to pull it right side out. Hours later, I have my heart-shaped ruffle pillow. That took forever. And yes, I did have to stop for a few work calls and lunch and a couple breaks, but that took forever. I felt like that meme where it's like 9 hours later. That's how I felt, but it is done. There are definitely some things I'm not super happy with. I wish in areas it was more ruffled. So there's my first ever ruffle and pillow. I did make that pillow cover in, was that last video? I think so. I did the pillow cover. This is my first ever actual pillow, and then obviously the ruffle. So I do think it looks pretty cute. and I'm super excited to make more of these. It is already 2:30. So I don't think I'm gonna get through the next 3 sewing projects before I lose light. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the coasters because I think that's gonna be fairly easy. And then I should be able to knock out at least one of the other sewing projects. I'm leaning towards just doing the Hot Tools bag because I really need that. But let me go ahead and pick out some fabric for the coaster. I've seen a couple different tutorials and it looks really simple. So let me break out the fabric and my cutting mat. I'm actually going to use the little felt hearts I cut out when I did my garland, and I'm just going to trace this. Next step is to just use some pinking shears to cut around the heart. This would look a lot better if you sewed it and then turned it right side out, because I do have some fraying because I didn't turn it right side out. But this is the easy way to make a cute little coaster. It is 3:15, so I can definitely get through another sewing project before I lose light. And like I said, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the Hot Tools bag because I really need one. That way I'm not just tossing my Shark Air Wrap in my drawer and it's just getting all beat up. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So let me pick out some cute fabric. And to keep the theme of Valentine's Day, I'm going to use this heart fabric for the outer lining and this polka dot fabric for the inner lining. So I might go grab my Shark Air Wrap just so I can make sure the measurement is going to be correct. And I'm going to be doing this boxy style. So let's go ahead and get started. I already have like a little piece cut here. And that will definitely be enough lengthwise, hopefully, with all of the wiring. So it's gotta be pretty big to fit all of the wires. So if I do want to put the tools in there, I could at least fit the curling tools, which is really the only ones I use anyways. And I'm gonna make this just like my zipper pouch that I made in my last video, but obviously bigger. That is pretty big. I don't think I even need that much in length. So let me cut a little bit of the length off. And then I will quilt this on the thermal batting. So I'm gonna go ahead and just cut this out. As you noticed, it's too small, unfortunately, so I'll have to find a different use for this, but I still think it turned out really cute. So I can go ahead and mark all my measurements. So I'm thinking I need to make it at least 3 inches longer, and I also need to make it taller so it fits with the cord. But it is already almost 5:30, so I'm not gonna get to my cup koozie in this video. I will make that either in an upcoming video, or I'll just make it on the side and post it over on my Instagram story so you all can see how it turns out. But I hope you enjoyed these Valentine's projects, and I hope you all have a wonderful Valentine's Day, and I will see you in my next video when I think we're gonna start sewing up my spring collection, and I'm so excited for that and to try out all of these different fabrics I got. So I'll see you in that video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.